Welcome to another episode of something. Okay, so let's start. So first, one of my favorite books is Be Here Now by Ram Dass. It's not exactly a book. Most of the pages are drawings with a little bit of text on them. It's more like a meditation than a book. It's probably one of the most essential books to have if you like to meditate, especially when you need something to calm you down. This next book is by Robert Anton Wilson. Basically everything by Robert Anton Wilson is a brilliant book, so we should just probably read it. This is the Tao Te Ching. The way that can be spoken of is not the constant way. The name that can be named is not the constant name. So this next book is probably my favorite. It's maybe surprising because it's by Deepak Chopra and it's called The Way of the Wizard. It's a really short book. It's 20 spiritual lessons for creating the life you want. It's actually signed by him. One of my songs was named after this book. It's The Psychedelic Experience. It's by Metzner, Leary and Ram Dass. Yeah, it's not even a book, but it's on my shelf, so it's History Ends in Green, which is a brilliant title. It's 6 audio tapes of one of Terence's longest lectures. I love to get my hands on stuff like this. And this one isn't a book either, but it's one of my favorite things ever. It's the talking book version of True Hallucinations, and it's signed by Terence. 8 audio tapes. It really inspired me to create the True Hallucinations movie. Few CDs of McKenna talks. I just got this recently as well. It's called Illuminatus by Robert Venosa. So these are really psychedelic images by this guy. And because Terence knew so much about art, it's really interesting to see what he says about some of these paintings. So I'll show you some of these. So it's a great art book, and I think it's not so expensive right now. You can get it much cheaper than a few years ago. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through the rest of McKenna. The Archaic Revival. It's first edition also, signed by Terence. Back in '93 in London. Food of the Gods. This is the book version of True Hallucinations. I read this many times while making the movie. It's also signed by Terence. This is The Invisible Landscape. His first book he wrote with Dennis. And this is really fun. This just arrived recently. I finally got my hands on the first edition of The Invisible Landscape. Terence's other books came out in '93, but The Invisible Landscape was first released in 1975. So this is really a collector's item. If you listen to the trialogues that Terence did with Rupert Sheldrake and Ralph Abraham, these are books that feature those talks. One of them is called Trialogues at the Edge of the West. Cool people. Wow, Terence is in sandals and socks. Still cool. And the other is The Evolutionary Mind. It's signed by Terence, Ralph and Rupert. This one is fun, The Magic Mushroom Growers Guide, first edition. It's a technical guide. Okay, some other books I'm gonna run through. The Secret Life of Plants. Morphic Resonance by Rupert Sheldrake. So Terence is talking about morphic resonance a lot, so this book is essential to understand what he means. So this is the complete Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I was always a huge fan of Douglas Adams, so I actually have all of his books, but most of them are in Hungarian. I'm gonna show them anyway. So this is called Last Chance to See. This one is The Salmon of Doubt. These are the Dirk Gently books. Oh wait, this one is actually in English. And these two are the most fun. It's The Meaning of Life by Douglas Adams and John Lloyd. It's not a book, it's more like a dictionary. Spofford. And the other one is The Deeper Meaning of Life. Even more words. Kielwachster. A pen kept in the desk that never works. I also have most of the books by Chuck Palahniuk. This one is my favorite, although I'm reading his newest books on my iPhone, so I don't have them physically. He wrote Fight Club as well. And I have a bunch of Philip K. Dick books, but these are all in Hungarian. Well, this is really interesting to me anyway. It's an album by Radiohead called I Might Be Wrong Live Recordings. So about 12 years ago, this is where I found my artist name. It's a bit hard to see. It's right there. I used to write on Radiohead forums and my name was V-Plants, and once I started to make music I chose it as an artist name. So I'm just gonna show you one more thing, and it's this thing, which I bought from eBay in 2012 when I was way more gullible, and it's supposed to be a frequency emitter, basically a spiritual tool that you can use to set intentions. You place things on this plate and then you basically rub this plate and turn these switches which control frequencies, and then you send out into the cosmos all these wishes. It's called Radionics Psi 4 and it doesn't work, it never worked. It's a scam, and I just keep it here to remind myself to not be so gullible to new age things. Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some value in this. Again, please comment below if you have any ideas about what I should be talking about in such videos. And thanks for watching. Bye!